In this video, I will show you how to find a regression equation using technology like Excel and calculator. And then we will answer few questions about predicting X and Y values using the regression equation. We have this data here. We randomly selected sample of 6 students in a statistics class and recorded their exam scores and number of hours studied as follows. Now I will show you how to find regression equation using calculator. So let me pull up my calculator up on the screen. So to find the regression equation, we have to turn diagnostic on. So for that, punch in second, then punch in catalog. Use this arrow key to go all the way down to diagnostic on. We need to select this one where it says diagnostic on, then hit enter, then hit enter. So once you get this message diagnostic on done in your calculator, then you need to go to stat, then make sure your edit is highlighted, then hit enter. Now you will be entering your data in here. So your list 1 will be your X values and your list 2 will be your Y values. So let's enter the data now. So for list 1, we have 5, 3, 9, 4, 1, and 7. And for list 2, we have 70, 65, 85, 50, 30, and 90. Now, once we are done entering the data, we need to go to stat, then make sure your calc is highlighted. Then we'll need this number 4, this function here where it says LINREG parenthesis AX plus B. So we will need to go down there to number 4 and select that, then hit enter. So for X list, make sure you have list 1, and for Y list, make sure you have list 2 because that's where we entered our data. Then come down to calculate, then hit enter. So you'll get this on your screen. So the one next to X is the slope, which is given by A in calculator, and it is given by B1 in our formula. So B1 equals to 6.980. Similarly, B in here is y-intercept, and it is given by B0 in our formula. So therefore, B is 31.265. So this number. So let's write that down here. So from calculator we got slope B1 equals to, let me just write down here, B1 equals to 6.9799592, and y-intercept, which is B0, equals to 31.26531. For slope, we can write this number is approximately equal to 6.980, and this is approximately equal to 31.265. Now, once we have value of B1 and B0, we can replace those values in this equation here. Y hat equals to B0 plus B1x. So our B0 here is 31.265 plus our B1 is 6.980x. So this is our regression equation. Now let me show you how to find the regression equation using Excel. So let me pull up my Excel up on the screen. Here I have already entered the data. So first thing you need to do is enter the data, and once you are done entering the data, you'll have to select the whole data. Then go to insert. So come down here where you see charts. Then click on that chart, then you'll see all these options here. I'll be choosing this option. Okay, so now I have the graph here, or I have a scatter plot here. Once you have this scatter plot here, you can click on any of these points. You need to right click on any of these points here. So let me right click on this one here. Once you right click that, you'll see these options and you'll have to select add trend line. Select that. Then you'll see these options towards your right. So let me expand the options so that you can see clearly on the screen. So scroll down here and come down here. You'll see display equation and chart. So you need to check box that. So once you check on this box here, you'll see the equation on your scatter plot. So this equation here, and this is exactly the same equation that we got using calculator also. So this is our regression equation. Let me move my scatter plot here. So here it is. So once we have this regression equation, let's try to answer these questions here. So here, let's predict exam score of a student who studied for 6 hours. So basically here we have to find y hat if x is 6, if x equals to 6. So this is our regression equation. So all we need to do here is substitute our value of x in this equation. So doing that, we get y hat equals to 31.265 plus 6.980 times 6. And when we do this math, we get 73.145. So y hat equals to 73.145. Basically, what this tells us is a student who studied for 6 hours had exam score of 73.145. Okay. So now let's look at another question. Here we have to find out how many hours does the student need to study to obtain a score of 80. So in this case, we have to find x. So we have to find this when our y hat is 80. So for that, all we need to do is substitute our y hat value of y hat in this equation here and solve for x. So let me do that. So we get our y hat is 80 equals to 31.265 plus 6.980x. Now solving for x, we get x equals to 6.982 hours. So basically what this tells us is if a student wants to obtain a score of 80, then he or she needs to study this many hours. That is 6.982 hours. Now let's look at this question here. Here we need to predict exam score of a student who studied for 12 hours. So what that means is we need to find y hat when our x is 12 hours. Here, all we need to do is substitute our value of x in this given equation and find y hat. So let's do that. So basically here, y hat equals to 31.265 plus 6.980. Our x is 12. Now, when we do this math, we get y hat equals to 115.025. So looking at this y hat value here, we know it is unusual. For someone who studied for 12 hours, a score of 115 is too high, especially if full points was 100 in the test. A score of 115 would be impossible. This is because any regression equation can be used only within the range of given data. Here I have listed all the answers to these questions that we just worked on. Thank you for watching. We hope this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe our channel. We will be bringing more and more videos on variety of topics.